What if the moon vanished? There was a time when a day on Earth lasted 13 hours. It has taken billions of years to get to 24, but the day is still lengthening. And the culprit is the moon, which is drifting away. What if it goes away completely? And how does it affect our day lengths anyway? Let's see. Gravity works both ways. The moon exerts a pull on Earth, just like the Earth does on the moon. This is what creates ocean tides. There's a tidal bulge, 1.5 feet high in the ocean. The moon pulls it toward itself. The sun, another major force, does the same. Thus a balance is maintained, but it's precarious. You see, there's this little thing called lunar recession. Every year, the moon recedes about 1.5 inches from us. Its pull on the water masses is slipping. Once it's gone, 20 million gallons of water would come crashing down. The resulting tidal wave would be a super tsunami. It would sweep coastal areas from California to Australia to India. In fact, 75% of the land mass would be swept under. Obviously, all human activity would be disrupted. No infrastructure could ever cope with a blow of that magnitude. But we wouldn't have the time to pick up the pieces. Tectonic plates would move, triggering earthquakes. Volcanoes would erupt, and extreme weather phenomena would multiply. There would be very few survivors. But of course, the waters would recede in time. Some people may survive the cataclysm. The sun would still shine, and the earth would still be spinning. Except the spin would become lopsided. The axis would become extremely unstable. That means that the Earth's core would start shifting. All this internal instability could tilt the planet by 45 degrees. It's hard to predict what would happen then. Mars is known to have lived through tilts of this kind. They have caused long-lasting ice ages. The equator would no longer be the hottest part of Earth. The ice caps would start to melt. Sea levels would rise again. The seasons would become unpredictable. It could rain for months on end. Then a drought would hit, with no respite in sight. Then the world would be blanketed in snow. Desertification would be inevitable. Still, humans could probably adapt even to that. But remember the day length. Without the moon's gravitational pull, planet Earth would spin faster. Days would become noticeably shorter. Temperatures would plummet too. Shorter days mean less sun exposure. The surface simply wouldn't have time to warm up properly. Low and high tides would practically cease. The lack of a lunar cycle would affect all life on Earth. The entire natural order would collapse. Mass extinction would be unavoidable. But even if the last stragglers somehow survived, they'd never be safe. See, the moon is also like a giant bug zapper in the sky. It protects us against asteroids by pulling at them. Meteoric rains would become another ever-present threat. There is just one consolation, but you won't like it. At its high current rate of retreat, the moon is unlikely to ever leave us entirely. The sun's own demise will probably happen long before that happens. That's about 5 to 10 billion years away. But will humanity survive even that long?